have that. You wake up, it's morning, and you're already running. It's as if you have to hit the ground running. You're already from the very beginning, because there isn't that much time in the morning. Sometimes you have those 10, 15 precious minutes to yourself, but not always. Sometimes you actually end up with your children already from the beginning, and there is a rush from the moment you wake up to the time you're actually dropping them off at daycare. And daycare dropping off, sometimes it's working out and sometimes it's just not, because your children, they feel the stress in you, they feel that you're on your way. And when you have to take away those little hands from your leg, from your pants, and have, sorry, I have to go to work, mommy needs to work, it doesn't feel good. You would like it to be different, you'd like to feel more present with them. But this is not possible in your life today. You're rushing, you're getting back into the car, and it's not until then you sit there and you notice, like, whoa, there's something strange. You see your face in the rearview mirror and you notice you didn't even put makeup on. That's how stressed your days are today. You forget things, even though you do a lot of things on autopilot, which makes it easier to remember things, but then as soon as something tosses you out of your routine, like your children not wanting to do what you want to do, you might still forget these small things. At work, you rush in, and the first thing you do is the meeting. You didn't even have time to say hello to your colleagues. You start with the meeting, and you open up the laptop during the meeting. This is a new thing for you. This is something that you would tell others not to do, because you know it's not working. You know that you're not present in the meeting. You're not really contributing to the meeting. As a matter of fact, you'd be better off not being there if you're not really contributing. But you feel so stressed because there has been so much happening at work when you've been, sleeping, that you want to check up. You want to know what is the status, especially on that particular problem that your project is facing. And when you see that the problem has still not been solved, you feel that sinking feeling in your stomach. We are going to miss the deadline. We might even lose the customer, and it's going to come back to me. This was my job, my responsibility. When you come home, you barely have time to see your family. It's often that way, that they eat without you the times you work late, and then they go to bed and you've hardly seen them. You've said hello, you've talked to them, but you haven't really listened to their answers. Then you may ask them about their day, but if you would be asked now what they said, you don't remember. You said it out of routine, you said it because you should, because you normally do, but you're actually not listening. It's almost like at work, that you're there, but not really there. You're doing the things you have to, but you're never going into the depth. You're never really present here and now. You think about it a little extra much when you do go to bed. When your husband is there, snoring the way he always does, not annoyingly, just so you know he's there, and the 3-year-old lying next to him. And that's when you remember again how much you love them, how incredibly much you love them. And still, you've hardly spent time with them, and the time you did spend with them today, you didn't really engage with them, you didn't really connect. You're wondering what's happening. Is it slipping away? The fantastic, wonderful relationship, being a mother that should be joyful, has become stressful. You want to love them. You want to live with them. If you only had more time. It's not your fault. It's normal. You're not alone. A lot of people feel exactly the way you do. This is not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not working hard enough. It's not because you're not making the smart choices. It's definitely not that you have the wrong husband or the wrong job. It's all within you. It's all possible for you to make a difference. It is possible for you to become the master of your time. You know that you can make a difference. You know that the answer is within you. The classical time management, you can already do that. You've already mastered that. That's not what you need now. Because you are so much more than just a good colleague at work. You're so much more than just a wife, or just a mother, or a daughter, or a friend, or all these other roles that you have. you know that you need to look at all of this, all of your life. You need to look at all of you. So what you need is the holistic time management, not the theories, not the strategies you find in the books. You need to look at your life, how that all fits together. And that is when you do that, when you look at all of this together, you can find a solution. You can become the master of your time. You know that what you need is to look at all of this, all parts of your life, because everything is connected. There's no point in looking at one separate part of your life. You want to have it all there. It's connected, your energy, your time, your relationships, your life. It's all in one. So to become the master of your time, you know you have to have the holistic approach, looking at all of that. You also know that one of the keys is energy. When you have that energy that is still inside of you, you just haven't felt it for a while, but when you have that energy, that's when you can truly use the time you have. That's when you can get the joy back. That's when you can take the good decisions, the one that makes a difference. And thirdly, once you're looking at all of it, once you have the energy, thirdly, the most important thing is to start prioritizing. You know how to do this. You've been doing it in separate areas of your life, but now you need to do it for all of your life. You need to decide what's really important to you, regardless of what anyone else says, regardless of what anyone else thinks. What is important to you? And if you could only have one or two or three things in your life, what would that be? And if that means that some things need to go out of your life, what would that be? And do you have the courage to take that away? Or at least postpone or reduce the ambition level? Do you have the courage to let go of things that others can do? That's what you need. You need the holistic approach. You need the energy. You need to prioritize and to let go of some things. It is all up to you. You can do all of this. There is enough time in your life. You can find that. I am Annika Rosendal. I'm here to help you become the master of your time.